Hello, precious listeners. This is Afol Elbanson and welcome to the Young Achievers Network. Don't forget to like this video, comment on it, subscribe, share with your friends. Today we are looking at the topic, turning your mind around. Why is this subject important? Because if we can turn our minds around, we can turn our lives around. The book of Romans says that be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Before that, it says, don't be conformed to this world. In other words, don't be conformed to the limitations of this life, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So the key to changing your life is to changing the way you think. Every choice we make carries within that choice logical consequences. You don't choose to do something and then God says, I'm going to punish you for that. The punishment is within the choice you made. For example, there is a fire and you choose to stick your hand inside the fire. The consequences of being burnt is within the fire. So the consequences of every decision we make is within the decision we are making. Every choice we make has built within it consequences. Now, these logical consequences determine how our lives turn out. If you make the logical choice of saving money, you'll have money in the future when times are tough. If you make the decision to spend your money, you will have no money in the future. In essence, we can control to some extent what happens to us, and more importantly, how we respond to what happens to us, just by the way we use our mind. Previously, we looked at self-control or ruling yourself, and the mind is what we use to rule ourselves. We use the mind to empower the will, and the will makes that decision to do what is right. Remember that your mind affects your emotions and your will, and the ability to turn our lives around is dependent on our ability to turn our minds around. The greater control we gain over our minds, the greater control we gain over our lives. The more control we have over our minds, the more control we have over our lives. The less control we have over our minds, the less control we have over our lives. What does it mean to turn your mind around? Number one, to see the possibility of changing the way we think. To turn your mind around means to see that it is possible to change the way you think. Some people believe that it is not possible to change the way they think, so they continue in the same direction of thought. Number two, to make a 180-degree turn from negative thinking to positive thinking. And number three, to think opposite to the way you are thinking right now. So to turn your mind around is to think opposite to the way you are thinking now. So if you are thinking negative, you start thinking positive. Now, how can we turn our minds around? Before we look at that, let's look at why it's necessary to turn your mind around. Turning your mind around is a major key to your success. Your life will always move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. So if your dominant thoughts are, I will never be rich, I will always be poor, I cannot succeed, I am fat, I am unhealthy, I will always be single. If your thoughts are that negative, your life will move in that direction because you will make choices that will move you in that direction. If you think, I will be rich, I will succeed, I will build a company, I will create jobs for people, I will marry the most wonderful person in the world, you will make choices that will move you in that direction, and you will end up with the consequences of those choices. So it is important that we turn our minds around because the direction of our minds will determine the direction of our thoughts. So how do we now turn our minds around? If you have been thinking negative for so long and you want to start thinking positive, how do you turn your mind around? Number one, place a new value on yourself. As negative as you are an asset You are valuable and you have immeasurable potential. You just haven't figured out how to use those assets, how to use that value, and how to use that potential. Develop healthy relationships with people who value you. Put yourself in an environment with people who respect you, who love human life, who respect human sanctity. Surround yourself, make new friends with people who will value you and who want to help you bring your life up to a new level. It's sometimes good to ask for help. Sometimes it's okay to tell someone, listen, I have all of these negative thoughts and I need to be around people who will help me think positive. And if you have people around you like that, they will help you think positive and you can turn your life around. You might be unemployed and your life could be in a mess, but you can turn all that around. Give yourself a good treat from time to time. Treat yourself well. Respect yourself. Respect is something that is earned. And you start by first giving it to yourself. 2, develop a new self-image. Self-image simply means how we see ourselves. How we see ourselves will determine how people see us. Remember the 12 spies who went into Canaan land? They said, we saw ourselves as grasshoppers in their sight, and so were we in their sight. When you see yourself as a champion, you will make decisions like a champion. When you see yourself as a loser, you will make choices like a loser. So how do we develop self-image? Say good things about yourself to yourself. Tell yourself on a daily basis, you are wonderful, you are good, you are strong, you are healthy, you are intelligent, you are smart, you have the potential of becoming wealthy, you have the potential of owning a business. Tell yourself good things. Don't focus on the now. It might mean telling yourself these petty lies just to keep you positive. Secondly, buy nice things for yourself, but stay within your budget and don't overspend. Stop buying cheap things for yourself that get spoiled in a few days, weeks, or months. Buy nice things for yourself. It will change the way you feel about yourself. One good suit is far better than 4 bad ones. And one good suit will make you feel so good when you are wearing it than 4 bad ones. See yourself succeeding. Imagine yourself succeeding and enjoy that image. Enjoy that daydreaming of seeing yourself succeeding. It will help you build your self-esteem. Give to total strangers who ask for help, but follow your gut feeling. When someone asks for help, when someone asks for a handout, give me 1 cedi, give me $1, give me a nickel, do you have a dime? Can you give me 1 cedi? Can you give me 2 cedis? Follow your gut. If your gut tells you, give it to them, then give it to them. Giving to people who need help builds your self-esteem. It makes you feel good, and it also sets an example for others to also help the needy. There will always be needy people in society. So when you are giving to people, do not give in a snobbish manner, but give with a sense of love. Next, never allow people to speak down to you or accept their negative conclusions. When people start talking negatively to you, leave their environment. Or if they are your boss, stay in their environment but never go there again. Stay away from people who talk negatively to you. If you have a boss who's negative, go to their office only when it's necessary. Stay as far away from their office as possible and make sure that the visit is very brief. If they try to keep you long, just tell them, sir, there's some work I have to finish, and leave. So stay in the environment that is positive and don't allow people to talk down to you. Third major point, think positively. Change what you listen to. Change what you read. Change what you watch. Change the friends you keep. Change the environment you spend a lot of your time in, and expect good things to happen to you. This is how you think positively. You see, our mind is a sum total of what we listen to, the music we listen to, and the programs we listen to, what we read, what we watch on television, the friends we keep, the environment we stay in, and what we expect from our lives. These mold our thoughts. And so if you are thinking negative, these 6 things have contributed to your negative thinking. These 6 things can be controlled. And if you can control them, then you will be able to think positively. Number 4, develop a new set of beliefs. You need to build beliefs. Beliefs will help you make choices that will take you into your future. Beliefs will strengthen you to make choices that will bring you the future that you want. So in building a new set of beliefs, imagine yourself in a successful situation and say, that's me. Imagine yourself driving the dream car of your life and say, that's me. Imagine yourself having the company you want and say, that's me. Imagine yourself being married to the person you want and say, that's me. Imagine yourself finishing that book and publishing it and say, that's me. Imagine yourself accomplishing your resolutions for the new year and say, that's me. Repeat this image over and over and over again and attach a very strong emotion to it. Feel it. Feel that image. And thirdly, do this every day. Every day, daydream. Every day, daydream. Every day, have daydreams. Imagine good things happening to you. Every morning, meditate and have daydreams. They are very important. Expand your expectations. Don't be myopic. Don't be narrow-minded in your expectations in life. Enlarge your expectations in life. Expect good things to happen to you. Expect miracles to happen in your life. Expect wonderful things to happen to you. Then expect more from yourself. That's right, expect more from yourself. So work hard and make plans for your success and prosperity. Make plans. Plan to succeed. If you believe that your dream is going to be a reality, then make plans to achieve it. If you believe that your resolutions for the new year can be a reality, then make plans. The greatest step that tells us that you have faith in something is making plans for it. If you believe that God will give you a job, then write applications and send them. If you believe that you can start the business, then start putting together a business plan or a business projection of where you expect the business to be in 7 years, even though you have not yet started. Put together a plan of starting something small and growing it. Plan for your success and prosperity. If you believe you are going to be wealthy, then save money and use money judiciously. Don't live beyond your means. Number 6, develop a new set of attitudes towards life. Behave as if you own the company you are working in and give your best every day. When you do that, you will eventually have your own company. Work hard and play hard. Work hard and have fun during the weekends. Enjoy yourself, but make sure that you don't descend into immorality, or else you will lose your self-respect. Hang around people who have positive attitudes. Hang around them. Spend time with them. They will help you build a new set of attitudes. Finally, allow your performance and results to speak for themselves. It's good to brag a little bit, but allow your work to speak for themselves. Allow the things you have done to speak for themselves. People often tell me, you are not a professional musician. You have not read music in a university, in Winneba or any of these notable universities. How come you have a piano school? Well, because I believe I could own a piano school. And I've taught myself how to read music and how to teach music to youngsters. And the concerts I put together and how the students at the concerts play is indicative of my teaching ability. So I allow my performances to speak for themselves. So find a new way of improving yourselves every day. Every day I find a way of improving the way I play and the way I teach my students. And this year, our concert in December is going to be phenomenal. Secondly, establish and maintain credibility. If you produce results all the time, it will give you credibility. People will tell you this person is someone who will get things done. This person is someone who can organize things. This person is someone who will make sure the results come in. And that is how I've built my life. I've always built my life based on results. Bragging will get you so far, but results can never be denied. Ladies and gentlemen, you can turn your mind around and turn your life around. All you have to do is apply what you have learned. Commenting on this video but not applying it will get you nowhere. As you comment, share with your friends, but most of all, apply it. When you apply it, at the end of the day, you will see results. Thank you so much for spending time with me. This has been Afro Elbansan. Give me the thumbs up and comment on the inbox below. Sayonara.